This is a daytime audio video test on the Wyze Cam Pan V3. Show you what the speaker sounds like in this test. This is a speaker test on the Wyze Cam Pan V3. And that should essentially do it. Let's throw in the nighttime clip right here. And this is a nighttime audio video test. Got a few packages. All right. They have finally arrived. Really crazy story about these is I ordered them from Wyze on the very first day. They still show in my account as of now, unfulfilled order. And just so you know, this is my still unfulfilled order with Wyze for my Wyze Cam Pan V3. So I don't know how I got two today, but I got two today. For whatever reason, there was two of these outside when I just got my Amazon order, because yesterday I decided to just order this camera through Amazon because it told me it would be here Friday and my Wyze order had not shipped. Don't know what is up with that. But today we have the all-new Wyze Cam Pan V3. I personally think, at least from what I've seen, this is the best Wyze camera that they've came out with. It's honestly at the best price as well. This one's only $40 compared to the V3 is $35 and doesn't pan and tilt. Well, 30 to 35. And then the V3 Pro is of course $50. So to me, this is the best camera. So we're of course going to get on the overhead rig, go through the unboxing of this camera, and then we'll get on the Wyze app, go through the setup process, and we'll show you some audio video clips directly from this Wyze Cam Pan V3 for our setup and review. So click like, click subscribe, and let's get into the Wyze Cam Pan V3. All right, so here we are with the Wyze Cam Pan V3. I absolutely love the look of this, and this is the old Wyze Cam Pan V2. So this is what we're coming from, and this is where we're going to. Much better product, it seems, with the new V3 version. So this is the front. You got pan, tilt, and zoom, indoor and outdoor, in color night vision. Like I said, it's kind of like a Wyze Cam V3 on a little pan and tilt motor thingy. The top just says Wyze, bottom just has your trademarks and all that info. This side, it just tells you what's inside the box, and of course everything that it works with. And this side has all of the features. So 1080p full HD in color night vision, as I mentioned, part of the V3. 360 degree and 180 degree pan and tilt range. 24/7 recording. See the asterisks. Micro SD card required, sold separately. No problem. IP65 weather resistance. Wyze outdoor power adapter required for outdoor use. That's a new one, because if you look at my original V3 camera, it's indoor outdoor, and it makes no mention of needing a separate power cable. But on this new version that they shipped in November with the Wyze Cam V3 Black, it actually has that same little asterisk of the weather resistance and then the disclaimer of outdoor power adapter. I don't know what changed between this and this, but they came out with that outdoor power adapter and wanted to sell them. We've also got motion and sound detection, 120 degree wide angle lens. There's a privacy mode, two-way audio, and of course you can get more with their subscription where you get the person, vehicle, and pet and package detection, full-length event recording, and view cameras and browser. A lot of people ask if they need this. To me, if you buy the micro SD card and you put that in for 24/7 recording, you do not need the subscription at all. So let's open this on up. Sorry for all the talking, but this one has a lot. And cut our little seal. All right, hopefully I get a sticker. Normally they're right on top there, so we'll see. Slides out all as one piece. That's it for that box. Everything else is in here. Very nice little setup. So let's open this on up. Hey, we did. Look at that. We got this little sticker too. That's awesome. It seems these were random. This is what the first one had. I just opened my second one that had arrived, and it had this one in it. These little stickers go on the front here. And I got two of these. And then an eye-backed Wyze Cam Pan V3 sticker. Another one to add to my collection. I'll have to show you here. So I got my new sticker here to add to the rest of them. All of these. Oh yeah. So quick start guide on top. A little bit about everything that's in here. Nice. And then there is the actual camera. Wow, before we get to that, let's get this out. Let's take a look at these accessories. So the included Wyze power brick and the screws for mounting it. And then maybe from this side it'll be easier. Look at that, that's a bit unique, a little different than what we've seen before. I'm shocked that it's still micro USB, but there's the micro USB power cable. And then here is the camera. Wow. It's oh wait, there's a mount in here too. Look at that. I didn't know it included a mount. That's awesome. And that's it for the box. So this is it. Definitely has a little bit of weight to it. I personally kind of like that. There's why you have that L-shaped connector. A little interesting because it kind of makes this power connector proprietary to only this pan camera. So if something happens to this power connector, you'd have to buy another one. But definitely a nice device. Got the speaker here on the back. We'll do a speaker test, of course, and has a screw to mount as well, which is what this is for. So you take that big screw there, run it through here, and then your camera is mounted right on there. Wow. So we'll definitely have to put this up in our living room. I always take joy in this part. Yes. And also on the bottom here is a setup button, as well as your SD card slot. Outside of that, I don't see any reset buttons or lights or anything like that. But for now, we're gonna get out our phone and go through the setup process. All right, so we're gonna take our brick and our cable. Let's see how long this cable is. So I'm 5'8", and this cable reaches just above my head. So I would say it's exactly about 6 feet. So plug this into here, plug this into power. This is just for setup purposes. And then of course, this will fit nicely right into there. There's no way you can put this cable in wrong. And there we go. Nicely in there, nicely smooth. That is a pretty nice design. I like it. So there's our red light. Let's get out our phone. All right, so we have our Wyze app. You can of course just download this in the App Store or Google Play Store just by searching WYZE, and then of course make you an account. So the camera should be ready to go. We're gonna select the plus in the top left corner here. We'll click Add Device, Cameras, and Wyze Cam Pan V3. Plug it in, already did that. That's my Wi-Fi info. Next, press setup under the camera. Listen for ready to connect. So it's kind of in this cool little mode. So we'll press this button here. This is the setup button.
Ready to connect.
There we go. So we'll select I heard ready to connect. Click next. And now we'll scan this QR code with the camera.
QR code scanned. Please wait.
So now we'll select heard QR code scanned, we'll click next, and now basically it's going to give this camera the Wi-Fi SSID and password that was put into the app so that this camera can connect to the Wi-Fi and these can communicate with one another. Look at that, HL Pan 3, interesting name there. So setup completed, we'll give it a name. This will be our new living room camera. And no thanks on that. Don't need to share it, maybe later. And now it is going for mounting guides. So love this. This is nice to see. Help for mounting it if you're mounting it, of course. Very nice. Hey, I earned a new badge. So there's the living room camera. It actually has a little, and of course a firmware update. So let's update them all at once. Looks like we've got a few. So we'll run the new one, of course, and these as well. So we'll come back as soon as these firmware upgrades install. All right, it just rebooted from the update. And now looks like our living room camera is ready to go. Yeah. So as before with the old pan cameras, down here is how you control the turning. So that turns it to the right, this turns it to the left, and this will turn it up. Hello. Very, very nice. And then, so here's a few things about this. We got the SD card here. And for those wondering, the SD card lets you go and review your SD card footage. Take photo, that of course takes a photo. Record, we'll start recording whatever is happening. Privacy mode, this is a pretty nice one. You can select this and it puts the camera in privacy mode. If you notice, it actually is now facing downward where it's not looking at anything, and then you can just come back in here, enable that, and it goes back to where it was before. Very smooth, like the speed I'm seeing. That's all real-time speed. Now I do see the microphone here to talk to it. We'll do a speaker test shortly, and I have it muted right now so we don't get a ton of echo. There is HD, SD, and 360p. Interesting. We'll leave it on HD. Then if we go into our settings here, we've got our normal detection settings, sensitivity, event recording, so record motion events and record sound events. Notifications, I don't need any notifications at all. Alarm settings, that's for smoke alarms and CO alarms. It'll let you know an alert if any of those are heard going off. And then here we get into the advanced settings. So night vision mode is set to auto. We will try out the night vision. This is where you can set your SD card settings, status light, rotate the image if you're mounting it upside down, and your record light, etc. And then rules, sharing, and the other settings that are normally there. So looks very nice from what I'm seeing. Let's actually throw in a memory card. I'd highly recommend these. SanDisk Ultra 32GB Class 10. That's what that little C10 is there next to the A1. That means they're Class 10. Great memory cards. This one supports up to 128 gigs. So you got plenty of room there. There's a little SD card slot. So we'll slide this in. There we go. And cover this back up. We shouldn't have to reboot it. I think they've fixed all of that. So look at that. There's the full screen. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to kill my app and go back into it. And then we'll go back into the living room camera. We'll go back into our settings and into advanced settings. And there you go. Record to SD card. It's already enabled. It's already set to continuous. Very nice. It's ready to go. Now motor controls. This is where you can set the positions. So exactly like if you want waypoints and stuff like that, where it'll move around and check different things, you can set all that here, which is a very nice setting, I think. So I guess let's get some video tests. So let's take a photo with it first. All right, it says it saved it. So then let me unmute it and let's record. There we go. So we're recording now. This is a daytime audio video test on the Wyze Cam Pan V3. All right, and we'll stop that as well. So I'm gonna have to set this up somewhere where it's dark so we can get a nighttime clip. But other than that, let's show you what the speaker sounds like in this test. This is a speaker test on the Wyze Cam Pan V3. And that should essentially do it. Let's throw in the nighttime clip right here. And this is a nighttime audio video test on the Wyze Cam Pan V3. And that's it for this one. And that should do it for the Wyze Cam Pan V3. As I said, in my opinion, I think this is the best Wyze camera to buy. With being able to use it indoor and outdoors, having the pan, tilt, and zoom ability, as well as 24/7 recording on the micro SD card for $40 compared to $35 and $50 for the V3 and the V3 Pro. I think this is definitely the best Wyze camera to get. The audio and video seem great from it, just as good as the V3 and V3 Pros. And of course, the speaker was amazing as well. I would highly, highly recommend this camera. I will, of course, have one of these linked down below in my description if you'd like to grab one for yourself. And also, since I have the Pan V3, the V3 Pro, as well as two V3s, an old white one and one of the new ones from November this year, I might make a comparison video later on in this week, putting them all against each other. So click like, click subscribe. Thank you all again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Deuces.